First Man, you know the drill. A college kid is imbued with great power and likes it. Penumbra has other plans, and Hand delivers him to Monarch, a fun 64-page action-packed comic book harkening back to the glory days of Marvel Comics, only on Indiegogo. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I am working on a page today, and page of First Man, and thought I'd let you into the studio so you could watch me draw it. So I'm just going to share my screen and get to it. This is what a comic artist goes through on a daily basis. So let's just get that going. There's my screen. No need to see me. As you can see, I already started the page earlier this morning, and I'm just working on it. I'm not going to tell you what page number it is or anything. But, you know, it's a puzzle that you can try and piece together. Try to figure out what it is. What page of the book. All right, other than that, I'm not going to probably do much talking. Just look up every now and then, see if there's any comments. So that's about it. Of course, remember to back First Man on Indiegogo. I just popped the link in. All your support is appreciated. I will show you. This is my initial rough for the page. I've scaled some things up here, and I do a new layer for tighter. And when you take that off, that's what that looks like. So, all right. Anyhow, I got to get back to doing some scribbling here. Also, please remember to like and share my YouTube channel. So I'm trying to build it up. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? Thanks for joining me. Doing well in between meetings. Meetings, something I never have. See, you people take for granted that meetings, you probably are like, oh, I have to go to another meeting. Whereas guys like me that work at home would be like, a meeting? Oh, yes, let's have a meeting. But I have nobody to have meetings with. That's why I do these. So I'm meeting with you guys. Corporate flunky. No, it's a job, man. What do you do? What type of job do you have, Chris? Do you have your own office? Oh, that's cool. I have a friend that works at Lowe's. I assume you're talking about the home improvement Lowe's, not the food store. At least I think she still works there. Wow, 19 years. Well, good for you. That's cool. Yeah, I probably mentioned it. You have a good memory. This is one thing I love about this program. Ooh, self-publishing a comic. That's cool. Good luck. Um, the perspective tools in this program are great. I use Clip Studio for inking every now and then, but I like the penciling aspect in Sketchbook a lot more. Really? I haven't done much inking in Procreate. I do use it for sketching stuff out, but I haven't done much inking in it. I'll have to give it a shot. Oops. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I used iPad Pro. I was sketching in my iPad Pro yesterday, actually. Got a little time lapse video I might share later of what I was playing with.
Sketching out a friend of mine's character just for fun. I'll just leave it at that. Little tease. Oh, thanks. Glad you like seeing the page process. I like seeing stuff like this too. Man, I can't really talk and draw. That's such a problem I have. I won. I do a NFL pick'em with a group of friends, and I'm proud to announce that for the first time ever, I got 6 out of 6 games correct yesterday or over the weekend. All the playoff games I predicted correctly. I need to mark the calendar because that is probably the only time that'll ever happen in my entire life. I've never, ever done that. I went Browns. That sometimes when I do my picks, I do heart, so who I want to win, and then I do statistics, who looks like they'll win. And for the Steelers game, I went heart. Uh, I really want to see the Browns win. And the Rams. The Rams was another game with my heart because I really thought the Seahawks would probably win, but I figured, what the hell? And I am getting hungry. Lunchtime at 11. Hey man, how you doing? Little shout out, Agent Cub. Thanks for joining. Really good to see the page. Thanks, Chris. Hope you guys backed 1stMan. Oh, I totally understand that. Moving is not cheap. Well, if you can share it, that works just as good. Tell your friends. Thanks. Will do, he says. That's right. Word of mouth is a powerful tool. Retweet, share on Facebook. Agent Cup says, I heard a rumor that you're joining Comicsgate. Is that true? I have many friends that are part of Comicsgate and invited me to become a part of it. And I back projects my friends do for support, and they back mine. And I think they're cool people. So, yeah. That's cool. I back a lot of their books. Awesome. I'd love to hear your recommendations on what you've backed if you wouldn't mind sharing. I was on a live stream yesterday with Dan Fraga for a couple hours in the afternoon. We were chatting comics and artists we like and more. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can check out Fragaboom's YouTube channel and see a replay. Let's see. You've backed Cyberfrog, so did I. Black Flag, so did I. Black and White, same here. Chrono Mechanics, and a few others. Yeah, I hear you. I've backed probably 7 or 8 of them, and I'm blanking on them too. But it's fun when they just show up in the mail. Yeah. Oh, I totally understand finances. There's so much stuff I'd like to back and support, but just can't do it unless I win $1 billion, Powerball and stuff. So watch out because I plan on winning. Gets expensive after all, especially when you're trying to save so you can publish your own book. That is what I'm talking about, Chris. You nailed it. Are you drawing everything digital or just your layouts? No, I will take this into Photoshop, convert it to a really light blue, and print it out onto board so I can ink it uh, traditionally with real tools. And I always draw through. You're like, man, why'd you drawing all this stuff outside the panel border? Just so I know it lines up when and the drawing is as accurate as I can make it. Oops. It's a very good question from Drew. Drew says, when you print the page out for inking, are you printing on 2-ply Bristol or another type of paper? You know, I'll show you what I print on. Hey guys, I'm back. It's my face. I print on, let's see. To answer your question, yes, I print on 2-ply Bristol, and this is what I use. This is the stuff I use for my comics. So it's the Strathmore Smooth 300 series. I love this paper, so that's what I print out on. I've got an oversized Epson Workforce 7510 or 7520 printer that I can print out oversized. So that's what I do. Oh, dude, that's awesome. I did. I remember that. That's very cool. Back to the other screen, by the way. Awesome. Robert says, I see you, bro. Show them how it's done. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Everything is about almost 17 pages since I'm not known. I don't think that's a big deal. Yeah, I don't sell my pages anyhow, but I just love having original art. So thank you. Hey, you got it. Anytime. No, what I use is 2-ply. It's 2-ply. 3-ply, I don't know if would go through the machine. So it's 2-ply Bristol. Thanks. I'll have to do a tour of my studio one day. I appreciate that. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't use 3-ply. 3-ply is just too thick, and if I light box, it's hard to see through it. 2-ply is better than 1. I don't even know what 1-ply Bristol is. That's like just sketchbook paper, isn't it? I like the smooth because of how the pencil, for when I do some penciling, goes on it. I think the vellum is a little too much like sandpaper. And I like the way the brush and the pens go onto the smooth paper. Sometimes it does take the ink a little longer to dry, though, so that's kind of a pain. But I'll take you through another step, too. Let me see. I use a program called Sketchup Pro. Hopefully I can get into it rather easily right now. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to start this other program. I'll share my screen in a second. Oh, there it is. Ooh, doo, doo, doo. So you can see I created in Sketchbook or Sketchup Pro, which is a 3D modeling program, Monarch ship. I'm just learning this program, but basically I created half of the ship, cut out all this stuff, flipped it, mirrored it, and then put it together for that. And I add details and stuff, but this is Monarch's spaceship. So you're getting to see a little behind the scenes. And then I can angle it however I want. And for this last panel, let's see, Robert says, I just really started working with smooth as well. It erases. It does erase better, I find. But that's just me. Everybody has their own taste, you know. I've inked other pencilers before that send me stuff on vellum. One plies like ledger. Oh, okay. Wow, that's awesome. Thanks. Yeah, so this is Monarch ship, and I just kind of move it around to get to the angle I want. Then you do File, Export, 2D Graphic. And then I go File, Open. Oops, that's not what I meant to do, but it's okay. I meant to add image. That's okay, because I can just do this. C, File, Open, Recent. Oh, that didn't work. All right. Let's see, where's my rough? Here it is. Hmm. There we go. That's Earth. Ooh. Get some sleep. Got to get some work done later. Subscribe to your channel. Hey, thanks for subscribing. I'm going to throw that up there. Thanks for joining in for when you did, and thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Now go get some sleep, man. Sleep's important. Let's see. You're going, what is that? I can't tell you what that is. That fit in, but how much will I show? Of the spaceship in the last panel? I'll show you. I'm going to show that much of the ship. Oops. A lot of people think I pencil a little too much, but when inking my stuff, I know guys that could ink from this stuff, but this is just too loose for me, so I'll actually be tightening up. Oops. Wrong thing. For your style, yes, I'd like to see what you're imaging. Thank you. It's also my OCD. I do have obsessive compulsive disorder to an extent, and this is part of it. Cropped off will show up. No, it won't show up. If it's outside the panel borders, if it's outside these panel borders, it will not show up. So, oh, mine was actually diagnosed. So I also have ADHD. So, yay me. I obsess over things and I have problems concentrating. And then I also goof off some when I work, like everybody. And what I mean by that is, ooh, look at that. This dude's going to be in pain. So sometimes when I'm working, I like to scan the comic book sites. So let's look at some comic sites, see what we got here. I like CBR, comic book resources. Let's see, black retro style PS5 orders canceled due to safety threats, company states. You know, I don't, well, what's he say here? What are you saying, Robert? I think it's great that you managed to make the crossover from the traditional. I haven't made it yet, so this is extra amazing to me. Oh, thanks. You know, it takes a while to get used to, but once you do it, it's cool. I don't know. I don't really care about gaming. Don't hate me for that. I don't play games. You know, I've never gotten into video games. The last video game console I owned was a Wii, and the only reason I got it is because I figured my kid would play it, and then we also got that Wii Fitness that came with it. So, taking off the old working specs, going to perk back on the old regular specs. So yeah, the last console I had was a Wii, and the thing I used the most was Wii Fitness. I think that's what it was called. And we had the board and everything you stood on, and I like doing that. I did get into a little Mario Kart for a while with my daughter, but then she kind of dropped off of it as well. So we just stopped using it, and I ended up actually taking it to a place called Second and Charles, which deals with used books, used comics, used records, toys, video game stuff, and they also buy stuff. Second and Charles is actually one of my favorite stores here in Charlotte because they have just a huge selection of all pop culture type stuff. They've got good selection of comics. They do buy get new comics in, but I go to a comic shop for that. But I go to Second and Charles for like looking through their back issues and trade paperbacks and whatnot because they're marked down really, really good. So this story doesn't interest me. Kevin Feige won't roll out more season of Netflix Marvel shows. God, I would hope not. I mean, the Marvel shows, Daredevil, I thought was phenomenal. I really like Punisher a lot. Jessica Jones, I was a little hot and cold on. I don't know how you guys feel about the Marvel shows and like Jessica Jones. I like the first season of Jessica Jones with the Purple Man as the villain. I think that's his name. I loved all the seasons of Daredevil. I really liked Luke Cage and Punisher. Iron Fist was a little slow, but I thought the last season was pretty good, and I was kind of looking forward to see if it was going anywhere. So I kind of hope that they bring him back to Disney Plus. And speaking of Disney Plus, WandaVision drops on Friday. So I know what my daughter and I are going to be binging Friday is WandaVision. At first I was like, kind of confused on how they were going to do WandaVision and make it work. And I know Wanda's superpowers and know what she can do when it comes to altering things. But the more I'm seeing of the trailer, the more I'm looking forward to WandaVision. So my daughter's really looking forward to it. So we'll be binging that, I'm sure, over the weekend. Oh, dude, you nailed it. Hold on here. Let me pull your comment up. DT Sketch Buccino says, I really dug Finn Jones as Iron Fist. I thought the casting for all the Marvel shows was like really good. I didn't have a problem with the casting at all. Just some of the story stuff. And like I said, the way Iron Fist ended, I thought was really good. So I hope Disney Plus brings them back and just picks up the storylines, or at least integrates the characters. Like, there's the rumor of Daredevil being in Spider-Man 3. I think Daredevil being in Spider-Man 3 would just be awesome. Charlie Cox was great. I mean, it is the shared Marvel universe, so it's not like you couldn't throw him in it. And I like the idea of possibly chucking the Kingpin in there as well. So that would be cool. Did you guys, during the playoffs yesterday, wild card playoffs, I thought it was pretty cool. The Saints-Bears game was also being shown on Nickelodeon, and they had their own announcers. I only watched like the first half of it on Nickelodeon just to see what they were doing. And they were doing some cool graphics when they got into the red zone. And then I noticed when they went to kick, it was either an extra point or a field goal, that in between the uprights, they put a big image of SpongeBob. So you'd be able to see the football come flying through SpongeBob. But unfortunately, the one kick that I saw, the dude missed. So that sucked for them. But they did some cool graphics. I guess Sean Payton, the coach of the Saints, got slimed after the game. He agreed to get slimed if he won. So that was pretty cool. But then my daughter and I switched back to the regular, was it on CBS, that game? Announcers, just because, we like hearing those announcers more and stuff. So that was pretty cool. HBO's 30 Coins. I don't know what 30 Coins is. Black Panther 2 will not include CG Chadwick Boseman. I think that's a good call. I think they should pass the mantle on of, obviously they need to address Chadwick Boseman's death, but I think the Black Panther mantle should be passed on. And God, I'm forgetting the name of the actor now, but he played He played the character in the books. I don't think they ever called him this. There was breaking news. Chris Reader, there was an F-bomb dropped on Nickelodeon. Are you serious? I assume it was one of the players and the mic picked it up. Yeah, you got to watch that stuff. And the funny thing is, I'm surprised they don't have a 7-second delay. When I did radio, I had a radio show with a couple of my buddies about 12 years ago here in Charlotte. We were on once a week, and we had a delay button. So if one of us, like an idiot, said a bad word, the guy running the board, and there were 3 of us, and we would take turns running the mixing board, could press the red dump button, and it would dump it so it wouldn't go over there. So I'm really shocked that Nickelodeon let that go over. Somebody was asleep at the wheel. Anyhow, back to Black Panther. They need to address Chadwick Boseman's death, or the Black Panther T'Challa's death. And I think it'd be cool if, oh my God, why am I blanking on his name? How many Bruce Wayne and Clark Kents have we seen cast another actor? Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. Robert says, and he's got a good point. How many Bruce Wayne and Clark Kents have we seen cast another actor? I totally hear what you're saying, but I think Marvel, because it's so fresh and it's not a reboot, like all the Bruce Waynes and Batmans have been reboots. There was the Michael Keaton, that went for a while. And then you're right, Michael Keaton didn't come back for, Batman, I guess you could say 3, 4, was there a 5? And it was, Val Kilmer, George Clooney. So yeah, they did recast because those were all supposed to be in the same universe, if I remember correctly. But then when it was rebooted, it was Christian Bale, and then Zack Snyder got on, and that had nothing to do with that Christian Bale stuff. So it was Ben Affleck. I could see Marvel, since this isn't really a reboot, not wanting to recast it. I could see, like I said, we do have Doctor Strange. That's true. Good point. Robert brought up a good point too. We have Doctor Strange. Yeah, you're right. There could be a Black Panther in another in the Marvel multiverse, and Doctor Strange could go into that multiverse and pull that Black Panther into the current universe, which would be another actor. But I wouldn't have a problem with, oh my God, somebody help me here. Who played Creed, the actor from the first Black Panther that was the villain that died in the end? I wouldn't have a problem if he didn't actually die, and because of the tech that they have on Wakanda, they were able to save his life, and he was rehabilitated, and he takes the mantle of Black Panther. I wouldn't mind if the actor that played the Man-Ape, Michael B. Jordan, that's it. Yeah, Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan. If Michael B. Jordan came back, and like I said, with Wakanda tech, they were able to save his life, and basically we haven't seen him because he's been rehabilitated, kind of like Winter Soldier, and he takes the mantle. That'd be pretty cool. Or the dude that played Man-Ape. I think that'd be pretty cool, which, like I said, the actor's name I'm blanking on, but he's cool. So I don't have a problem with them not doing that. Let's see. Black Widow. Marblehead still hopeful for May theatrical release. Man, I hope there's a theatrical release of Black Widow. I know Wonder Woman obviously came out on Christmas Day streaming on HBO Max. That's how my daughter and I watched it. And we were actually looking forward to seeing it, on HBO Max, and then going to the theater, because I don't know where you guys are. Winston Duke, that's the man. Thank you very much. Winston Duke. Yes, he would be a great Black Panther too. Anyhow, thank you for that. So with Wonder Woman, we watched it on HBO Max, and we were really looking forward to watching it and being really excited and going like, man, this Wonder Woman 84 kicked ass. We're going to go see it in the theaters. Because like I said, where I live, some theaters are open. And they just have policies in place and stuff. And I've actually gone to see a few movies in the theater. I saw, I think, 4 movies last year once they opened back up in November towards the end of the year. So I would have loved it if my daughter and I liked Wonder Woman enough to venture out to see it in the theater. But unfortunately, she got bored during the movie, which is a first for her. And I didn't really think it was great enough to go watch again, whether it be on HBO Max or in the theater. So not going to be doing that. Black Widow's not coming out till May. It comes out the first weekend in May, which is also my daughter's birthday is May 5th. Not that that's opening day, but still beginning of May. And we're hoping to go see it in theaters. So, if everything's going kind of like it is, I would hope that we could go see that in theaters. I got no problem doing it. People are like, "Are you crazy? How can you go to a theater to see a movie?" And I tell you, every movie I've seen in a theater, I go with a buddy of mine. We wear masks like we're supposed to. And honestly, I think the most people we've been in one theater with is like 10, but they're all spread out. Like most of the times, the few movies we've seen in theaters, it's just been me and my buddy sitting in one row all to ourselves. And then there's somebody down in front maybe or somebody behind us. But because these are all the new theaters with the reclining seats, the distance between rows is so large that it's just so spread out. So I got no problem seeing a movie in theaters. Let's see. It was a decent homage movie, though. You talking about Wonder Woman? I mean, a homage to what? 1984? Cheesiness of movies from that time period? Like, what do you mean it was a decent homage movie? I mean, I gave it on a scale of 1 to 10. My buddy and I do a podcast called The Dennis and Andy Show. It's on YouTube as well. So please jump over there and like, subscribe, and share. And our Facebook page, Dennis and Andy Show. And we reviewed it. And we give our ratings on movies on a CGC scale. The CGC, is the comic grading system from, basically 0 to 10. So on a CGC scale, I gave Wonder Woman, I think I gave it like a 6. So, I mean, I didn't hate it, but there were just plot holes and inconsistencies and things about it that I don't know. I didn't think Wonder Woman would do. And plot hole wise, I thought there were easy enough things that the plot holes didn't need to be there, like Steve Trevor. She wished Steve Trevor to come back. Why didn't he just come back, like literally pop back into being, and then when she wished him away or renounced her wish, he could have literally just disintegrated like Infinity War at the end of Infinity War or something, just disappeared. Steve Trevor, I didn't think, had to take over some dude's life. And then Diana, Wonder Woman, not even thinking about this dude's life that just got erased and being like, hey, my boyfriend's back and na because I don't know the rest of the words of that song. But basically, she's just like, oh, Steve Trevor's back. Who cares that this dude's life, who he probably had a family, had a job and all that, was just kind of like, poof, gone. So that was weird. Then they get into this jet from the Smithsonian that's fully fueled, ready to take off, and can fly from DC to Egypt on 1 tank of gas. That was weird. I also thought it was weird, just the jet, the seats were next to each other, but I'm assuming it was a real plane that they used, and they didn't make up a plane, so I'm not an aviation expert. So, like I said, I'm assuming it's a real plane. I thought Maxwell Lord was a weak villain, kind of like in Green Lantern, and I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. If you know me, I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. I can't, if my webcam would extend, the cord would extend long enough, I'd show you. I have a shelf with Green Lantern action figures, and there's at least 20 of them on it. So big Green Lantern fan. Anyhow, um, in Green Lantern, the villain should have been Sinestro. It shouldn't have been Parallax. People think Green Lantern, they think Sinestro. They could have easily done Green Lantern's origin. Sinestro goes to the dark side, not real dark side, and becomes Sinestro, and they fight. Could have been Sinestro. Save Parallax for later. Parallax could have been the after credit scene. And then, you know what? Maybe we could have got Green Lantern 2. Going back to Wonder Woman 84, we got Max Lord should have been Dr. Psycho. Yeah, Dr. Psycho. There's a great villain. Yeah, just missed opportunities. And Pedro Pascal. I love that guy. Mandalorian, obviously, he's fantastic. He was in The Kingsman, and he was awesome in the Kingsman sequel. And it's funny, in the Kingsman sequel, he played this Texan hotshot swinging a lasso, energized rope and stuff, and he looked just like a young Burt Reynolds. And I remember watching that movie. My daughter finally just saw the Kingsman sequel, which I'm saying sequel because I can't remember what the actual title was, Kingsman, blah, blah, blah. But anyhow, she finally watched it because she found out Pedro Pascal was in it. And I was watching it again with her because I haven't seen it in years. And I'm like, oh my God, the dude, yes, I remember this movie, young Burt Reynolds. If they ever do a Burt Reynolds biopic, put that dude in it to play Burt Reynolds. Let's keep scrolling here. Animal Crossing is Gulliver and Alien. I have no idea because I don't play Animal Crossing. I have one game on my phone, and let me see. Let me tell you what the exact name of the game is. I tell you guys, I'm lame. I don't play many games on my stuff. I have a game on my phone called Alien Shooter, and I'm assuming they couldn't get the rights. Listen, you hear it. Alien Shooter. Alien Shooter is Galaga. If you guys remember Galaga, the game, the big arcade game, then you'll know that Alien Shooter is basically a ripoff of Galaga. Excuse me, I got to send a message to someone. I'm back. Message sent. But yeah, I don't play many games, so I've got that. I did download a football game for my iPhone. It was kind of like Madden. Maybe it was Madden. I can't remember. I don't know if there's a Madden for the iPhone. But anyhow, I played that for like 20 minutes and I got bored. I just get bored with video games. You know, I'd rather sit back and watch a movie, watch a TV show. That's it. Alien Shooter, Galaxy Attack. You know, I play too. There you go. Instead of playing video games to relax, I'd rather watch a TV show or a movie and just read comics. Go through my comic boxes. I mean, look, I've got a lot of comics I can go through. Look at that. Look at all these comics I got. I got tons of comics to read. These bookshelves behind me. Hold on, let's see. Look at that. I got tons of books to read. So I'd rather do that than get addicted to a video game or something. Let's see. Oh, I actually clicked on that story? Oh, that's a mistake. I did not mean to do that. Oh, here we go. Let's watch this together. Clarice returns home in the trailer. I'm looking forward to Clarice. Let's see if I can blow this up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to YouTube real quick. Let's watch the Clarice trailer together. Oops. Clarice. Ooh, I got my volume down. Give me a second here. I love Silence of the Lambs. So
You are a woman with a very public reputation for hunting monsters. I can't have a reputation. I've only done it once. It's time you own that reputation. It's time to come out of hiding, darling.
good song. John Denver, sung by somebody else.
So how long has it been? When was the last time you were back to Appalachia? It's been years. A lot of old ghosts.
This isn't Buffalo territory anymore, Starling. We do evidence. Now it's a full moon and I've got a feeling. So you'll keep quiet until I tell you. And then you will say what I tell you.
Ooh, from Walking Dead. Like that guy.
This is deep and dark, please.
This is getting worse.
It always gets worse. I know you have your own demons to carry, but you're the only one who can help.
Whose stories are worth telling? Who's worth hearing? Never let anyone decide that for you.
Ooh, that looks good. If I do say so. Chris asks, is this only going to be CBS All Access? I get mixed messages. That's a good question. Let's read this and see. I thought it was going to be on CBS network, CBS. I hope it is because I don't have CBS All Access and I'm not paying for it. So, come on, man. It's intriguing. To me, that's what a trailer is supposed to be. It makes you want to go, why? And pull you in. I don't know. I liked it. I'm going to give it a shot because I love the Silence of the Lambs stuff. I love the show Hannibal that was on NBC a few years back. So let's see. Venture into 1993, a year after the events of Silence of the Lambs, to explore the untold personal story of Clarice Starling as she returns to the field to pursue serial murderers and sexual predators while navigating the high-stakes political world of Washington, D.C. Watch the series premiere of Clarice on Thursday, February 11th at 10/9 Central on CBS and CBS All Access. So it looks like it's going to be on both. So that makes me happy because I will be very, very happy to watch this. I think the actress looks really cool. Ooh, Jurassic World is more book accurate than Jurassic Park in a key way. That's cool. All right, I think I'll save that for later. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for joining me on a live stream as I pretty much, for the first part, just kind of sat there and drew, worked on a page. I appreciate it. I hope you guys that watched got something out of watching me draw, picked up a few things, learned a couple things. Sitting here working during the day, I usually have a podcast playing, so it feels like somebody's in the room that I'm having a conversation with. Thanks again for joining me, and I'll be back around. If you haven't backed 1stMan, I would appreciate it. Let's take one more look at the trailer for 1stMan.
1stMan, you know the drill. A college kid is imbued with great power and likes it. Penumbra has other plans, and hand delivers him to Monarch, a fun 64-page action-packed comic book harkening back to the glory days of Marvel Comics, only on Indiegogo.
Oh, that is so exciting. That just grips me. That is a trailer. Clarice, whoever put your trailer together, take notes of that 1stMan trailer. That's how you do it. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Please check out 1stMan on Indiegogo. Back it. I would so appreciate it. And until next time, bye and have a great day.